Batch number 3, we're going to do it the fast, easy way. Don't get confused here. It's going to be a little messy. What I have here is some Bryce DME, light golden DME. In the kettle I got some some more liquid DME soaking in the hot water. This is going to be the fastest home brew I've done. We're going to try to get this done in under an hour, right to the fermenter. So I'm stirring in the DME right now, even before the water gets hot. A lot of guys will do it later. You can add some more later, and I probably will at the end of the boil. Maybe I won't. We'll see. We'll play it by ear. So there goes the DME right before the boil. This one's going in too because I'm not waiting around. Let's see how we're going to open this sucker. Pair of scissors. Ooh, that looks delicious. So that's going in right away too. I'm going to stir that. Even after it's not boiling yet. Let's get all that good stuff in there.
The ladle's in the house.
Yeah, that's fine. This is going in. Let's rinse it out in there nicely like this. Like I say, no steeping, no grains today. Just the liquids and the DMEs. As the temperature comes up to a boil here, we're only going to boil it for about 15 minutes. Couple addition of hops. As soon as I get this baby rinsed out, it's going to get a handful of hops. Way before the boil. Oh, that's so hot. Woo! Woo! It's called Wild Fast. I don't know, it's about, these were open. 1.5 ounces of Magnum by 1 1/9. And we'll save some Chinook for the end, maybe, maybe not. This is called a wild recipe. All the DME is in. Nobody knows what the outcome of this one's going to be. So we'll get back to you as this sucker comes to a boil. We're only doing a 3-gallon amount of wort. And then we're going to cool it down with some cold ice water. And the fermenter should be in the fermenter. We just started here. We got 145. We're 2 minutes into it. So we did a pre-boil refractometer reading. We come in at 1056. So I'm going to give it pound number 2 of the dry malt extract. This is all before the boil. The hops and everything are in there already. And then we're going to give it another refractometer reading here in a second or two. And we'll find out what we got going here. We are 5 minutes into the... We're 5 minutes into this this brew. And at the end of this, we had 2 gallons of water, 2.5 gallons of cold water. So she's going to drop. The missus is getting the reading right now. Remember, there was just a handful of hops thrown in here, pre-boil. And we'll probably give it some more at the end here. Then we got to come up a name for this beer. We're 6 minutes in. No boil yet. I got the stove on as high as possible.
1062.
Now we're at 1062, the wife says. So when the water gets in there, it's gonna be dropping back down to 1040 or so. So after boil here, we're only gonna boil for 15 minutes at the max. We'll get the second addition of hops in there, maybe, maybe not. And then it's going right to the fermenter, and like I say, under an hour this is gonna be. Depends how long it takes to boil this 3 gallons. It looks like she's getting close to boil anyway. And we're 7 minutes in. We were 7 minutes in when I just said that. We just turned to 7 minutes here. 1:52 p.m. We're coming up to a boil hopefully here, and we'll have this in the fermenter Oh, by quarter after 2, I'm hoping. So we'll get back to you when we hit the boil. Don't have a name for it yet. Batch 83. We're going to be using BE256 yeast on this one too. This is a fast fermenting yeast. It'll ferment in 2 days, and maybe we'll have this in by Christmas here. I'm going for a 3-day brew and the 4th day drinking. I'm going to rush this one, see what happens. Cause I'm brewing. I gotta get it doing. Our time is at 2:01. It took 16 minutes to get this 3 gallons of wort boiling. The hops were in before it started. Everything was in before she started to boil. And we're going to take it to 2 on the clock here. 2:15, and we're going to go right to the keg, or right to the fermenter. That'll be a 15-minute boil, 13-minute boil. I'll go to 2:17 to get a full 15-minute boil. 2:04. 11 minutes to flame out on a 15-minute brew. All right, we're going to add another Chinook pellet hops. These are 11.6 alpha acid. We're going to put that in as soon as that clock turns on the 5s there. How you doing? Let's watch it. We'll do it live. 2:04. Boy, maybe time stood still here. Got my hand in the bag, ready to put some hops into the brew. Just waiting for the clock to change to 2:05. It's really important that I get it right. There it is, 2:05. So, in the bag, a little handful of hops. They're in. And flame out in 10 minutes. How's that? 15-minute boil. This is a whole half-hour brew job so far when I'm done. In 5 minutes. I got to get some Irish moss in there. I don't know how good it's going to work for me here with a short time. A very short brew. We started this brew at 1:45, and it's a half hour. It's going to be going in the fermenter in 5 minutes. We're going to shut this down in 5 minutes. I have my fermenter ready over here with some sanitizer in it. We'll shake it up one more time, and I call this the one half hour brew, because nobody's got time to goof around there. Because when you're brewing, you got to get doing, and sometimes you got stuff to be doing, so it's no time to brewing. Excuse me, I'm getting a little hoarse. 2:15. Flame out. Flame out. Let that suck up a little bit for a second. I'm going to dump this right into the fermenter and then add a little cold water. I see the camera's picking up the clock there, I hope. 2:15. We started at 1:45. So the wife and I, she can help me dump this. And then we're going to get the yeast in here once we get a temperature. Watch the truck. You don't want all that in there. Slow down. So now we're just going to take this baby over. I'm going to give it some cold water. I really don't want to lift it.
Don't
But
lift it, just spray it from the sink.
maybe the wife is right. We've got a pulled muscle here. Everything's sanitized from here on out besides the water. I can never figure it out when people do that, but it works. Look for the mark. We're going to need ice. Four gallons.
Not quite there yet.
Where's my blade?
I'll get it.
The old-fashioned way of making beer.
Just to sanitize, right?
Do it again. Just for the hell of it.
Run out of hands.
saying. A long way to go. I'm going to throw some ice in this puppy. The old-fashioned way of brewing. We'll get that work cooled down in no time, fellas. That should do it. So we threw some ice in here.
Why wouldn't I?
That should get the temperature down. Can you hear it? As I stir it in there. And we'll pitch hot if we have to. Aerate the beer. You want to get a reading with the sanitized dipper there? Serendipity. We're at 120. A little hot for pitching the yeast. Hang on, I'll give you some. I can let this sit outside and cool down a little bit. Normally I don't like to do that. But then again, this is a wild brew. We're at 120. A little hot for pitching yeast.
10:38.
10:38. I'm going to sprinkle the yeast in. She's a little warm yet, but we're going on top of it where the bubbles are here. And if it kills it, I'll just put some more yeast in here. But I think this is going to be just fine at this temperature. This is BE 256. And this stuff takes off like a rocket. Alright, let's put this.
That thing out.
I'll get the bubbler in here in a minute. So there you go. 1/2 hour. Start to finish. Beer brew. We'll see how this turns out. I just hope we don't have a blow off. And we're just going to let this sit the old-fashioned way here in the kitchen. It's time to pour and taste test the Ultra Diesel. She's pouring out at a very good rate. Filling up quick. Maybe too quick. And there's the Ultra Diesel Stout. Looks to be 2-finger head. Approximately in there, maybe a 2-finger head, I don't know. We gotta go sit down because we gotta... Oh! That's just... you gotta sit down. And you get older. People know how that is. So anyway... The Ultra Diesel, this is the second year in a row I've made it. It's got a 2-finger head that's dissipating rapidly. The glass seems to be clean for a change instead of a dirty beer glass. Let's get a smell on it. We smell the chocolate. Of course, we know what's in this. This is chocolate, the coffee. Chocolate and coffee prevail. I'm not good at smelling hops. Of course, I know I put Willamette in here and Warrior. That's what I smell. No, my nose ain't that good. But like I say, the head is dissipating rapidly. We're down to a 1-finger head here. Let's get a taste on it. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, chocolate, instant chocolate taste. Followed by a coffee, like a cold coffee. Of course, I know I got coffee grains in this also. The mouthfeel is nice and mellow. I would almost swear that I had oat in it, but I got no oats. Let's get another taste. Nice mouthfeel. Malt forward. Not too tart on the dark grains, the wheat grain I used. Not too tart at all. The hops are coming through perfectly, the Willamette. I heard that stout shouldn't be that hopped up anyway. Boy, this is a nice tasting beer. Lacing on the glass, not too bad, I guess. This has been in the keg now for 1.5 weeks, just sitting there and waiting to be tapped, getting carbonated. I'm running low on CO2. Another taste test. My wife's going to love this one. This is a nice tasting beer. So, until next time, Prost! Oh, that's good.